This is Chad Hackman with Alair Homes, and we're here with Heather, who's down in Fairfax Station, and I helped build a house for seven some years ago, 2014 or something like that, right?
Yeah, I think we moved in 13, July of 13.
That's right. And I remember in the renovation you had, or the new construction, you had thought about it for a long time because you had specific furniture for the rooms laid out. You had very specific things. I remember one spot we couldn't quite get something for your daughter in the cubby or something like that because the dimension was off like by half an inch.
Yeah, something. I think it was a mirrored vanity or something we were
Yeah.
putting in for her. So that worked out.
But overall, your memories from 7 years ago was a good time, a good experience.
Absolutely. I would do it again if I think I could talk my husband into it.
and
Most people say they can't survive building a house together, but the process was, I think went pretty smoothly for, such a large project from tearing down to building new.
yes, we tore down a house you had on your property. We also had to work around that little swimming pool in your backyard when we tore it down, which added a challenge. I
Definitely.
just I think swimming pools and outdoor living are getting more popular because I just had a client we're doing a renovation for in DC asked me if I could add a pool to their backyard. So
Oh wow, yeah. Yeah. I mean we love, entertaining. So the house was designed to entertain and we, started with the pool and kind of worked off of that literally.
right.
So
And I should say that the house is behind me. That's a picture of your house, and you're sitting in your bar area, dining room area, something like that.
yep,
So
yep.
that's fantastic. Uh, and I didn't when built your house, I was sort of just starting out, not with Alair, and not nearly as refined as we are now. So we
Right.
didn't have a real good warranty process or a structured warranty process, but we've still answered the phone when you've called, and we were just down there recently helping you out.
Yep.
You
Yeah,
know,
we haven't had too many things go wrong, but the few little things that have come up or just, looking for a referral or an advice on this or that, you've certainly been very helpful in that department for sure.
absolutely. And you've been very generous in giving tours of the house, and that's been very wonderful. So we're very
Yeah, we've had a lot of people come and ask about the process more, because some people are like myself. I wanted to be very hands-on in the process, and you were like, I can do as much as you want me to do or as little as you want me to do. And so we always found that medium ground.
absolutely. And we spent, as we talked about earlier today, we spent a lot of time looking at your house ideas, your house idea book for how we're doing the trim in your rooms and things like that.
Yeah, that was super helpful. And I remember the guys coming in specifically for the trim and me trying to explain how I wanted the baseboards to look. And I would just pull up a picture and they'd say, oh yeah, we got that. That's exactly what you want, or how many inches wide it was and stuff. Cause it's hard to describe to somebody what your idea of, like when we did I don't know if you can see it
Yep.
in the
Okay.
scene, but when we did the coffered ceilings and some of the tray ceilings and stuff, it was great to have those photos to just show somebody exactly what you're talking about. Cause the construction guy's idea wasn't always what I had visioned.
Sure.
So
Absolutely. And sometimes those visions don't make it all the way into the blueprints and the drawings. And so it's important to have you there. And I remember that we made sure that all the trades that worked on the site would be comfortable with you talking to them.
yeah,
And that really helped out the process because there's some guys that some crews and some production type crews that don't want a lot of client interaction. They just want to go and they just want to work. And so we made sure that everybody was working out there was
right. And I
fine.
was just the opposite. I was like, okay, I'm still here at 24/7. I enjoyed everybody's work and watching it get done. And I feel like I really know now all the ins and outs of the house. And there's things that come up like with us having the elevator. I remember the
Right.
elevator shaft was kind of an issue. So things that are on paper don't always turn out exactly right. But you always just walked me through the process of how we were just going to fix it we just made adjustments. So you have to deal with those kinds of things and be flexible in the
Right.
process. So
That's exactly right. And we still haven't raised the roof. You said I had to raise the roof.
I know we were going to do that. Yeah. Garth and I were talking about that and just said, at this point, why bother? But
Right.
yeah, that was kind of a silly little county regulation, I guess.
So the funny thing is that your roof, the peak of your roof made your roof, if we would have done it a way that it was originally planned, it would have just been a few inches over the county height requirements. And so
Right.
we had to adjust the peak, but it still looks good.
Yeah. It's totally fine. There's really considering we kind of drew it up, like you said, on paper, and then, you know, went to Williams, and then he did the architect drawings, and then we found you. You know, there's not a whole lot I would change. I mean, having never been in the house to see what it was going to look like before, and you don't really know what you're going to need or what you're going to want. I mean, I could name maybe 3 things that are significant that I might do different if I was going to rebuild, but otherwise, we've been very happy with how it came out. So,
How long do you recall that you were planning the project or working on the design?
I would say we started really sketching on, literally on construction paper, the drawings, maybe for 6 months. We
Yeah,
drew them up before we, you know, had Scott come into the picture and really put them into
good,
form where they were correct, you know, for the
good,
county.
good. That's
So,
wonderful.
yeah.
And what did you call me during the project?
I called you Mr. Calm because everything that would go wrong, I would freak out about for a second, and you'd be like, "It's fine. I'll call that guy." And then the guy would come out and we'd fix it and it'd be done.
That's wonderful.
You
Well,
were
Heather,
very calm.
thank you. Well, Heather, thank you so much. It was a great project. It's a great project to look out on. I'm going to push this little button and we're going to sign off, and we'll.
Sounds great. We enjoyed it immensely. I would do it again. Like I said, one of these days I'll convince my husband to do that.
All right. Thank you. Take care.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.